I love my HBCU. And boy, I love it, love it. I love it, love it. I love my HBCU. And man, I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I hope my team they won one. Yeah, man. I hope my team they won one. I hope my team they won one. Yeah. I tune into the HBCU Sports Lab to see if my team won or lost. If they lost, I'm quiet as a mouse. But if they won, keep tab. I'ma do the dab, yeah. Dr. Cavil, he know what he be talking about. Mike and Charles, they know what they be talking about. They compress the analytic data with this hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they won or lost, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast. This is episode 774. This is the Indy Report. I hope you guys are having an outstanding week. Welcome to episode 774 of Inside the HBCU Sports Lab radio show and podcast, the show that's covering this HBCU sporting diaspora. All things HBCU sports for institutions large and small, from the NAIA to the NCAA. We share insights and information on the HBCU sports culture and HBCU athletic aesthetics to facilitate the story of HBCU athletic programs and the business of HBCU sports. I'm your host, David L. Rhodes. Brandon King, Jeffrey Johnson, and Tariq Wilson are currently on assignment. We are filming from our home studios and sending a signal live to our KCOH 12:30 a.m. studios with the Texas Radio Hall of Famer Ralph Cooper in the beautiful home of Texas Southern University from Houston, Texas. I hope you guys are having a great week. I'm having some challenges right now with my, that's interesting. All right, I'm not beamed everywhere I want to be, but it's okay. We'll look into that. That's kind of odd. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to probably stretch it a little bit further. We brought it up at the end of the show on Tuesday. I was on the show yesterday with Dr. Cavil, and shout out to him and the crew. I wanted to talk about, to start off, I wanted to talk about Tennessee State's schedule a little bit more. Primarily because, they've added some new rivalries into the mix. They're doing a 2-game series with Jackson State. They're doing a 2-game series with Florida A&M. Quick hot take, I think the Jackson State series definitely is going to extend past 2 years. They're continuing on with their series with Alabama A&M. They just did one with Morgan State. So basically pretty much the bulk of their out of conference games are against HBCUs, which I think is a beautiful thing to see. Do I think this is going to lead into a consideration for them joining the MEAC or the SWAC? I don't think so right now. I think the leadership is kind of, I don't want to say they're happy where they're at, but I think they're in a good place. And I think them scheduling more HBCUs out of conference is a good positive first step. With regards to that, maybe getting beat up by North Dakota State did them a thing or two, and who knows? But I do think that it's a big step forward. It doesn't automatically have to require conference realignment. It seems like the Tennessee State alumni are thrilled about the addition of these games. It's going to be fascinating to see how they do against some of these matchups, particularly FAMU. I'm curious to see how they do against Morgan State as well. We got a sample of that Alabama A&M ordeal last season. So I think we've already seen how some of that's going to go. So overall, I'm happy for Tennessee State. I'm happy about the way that they schedule. When you're in a non-HBCU conference, it's imperative to schedule your HBCUs, your rivalry games within HBCUs. So I think that's a beautiful thing to see. I think, we were having a discussion about, well, props to Dr. Allen for doing what he needs to do, but I also want to give props to the president, Dwayne Tucker, because I think, that's the one thing that I see that's different from the way they've scheduled in the past. So props to him as well, because I think he deserves some of that credit. I think he's done a lot of phenomenal things for Tennessee State as an institution since he's taken over. There was talks about them being on the brink and having a lot of financial challenges, and they've been getting through that. So shout out to the president for that. And, I think it's a big deal to continue these rivalries. That being said, we got the CIAA tournament coming up. It's going to be back in Baltimore from February 24th to February 28th at CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. I mean, this tournament's going on for more than 80 years. With the $500 vision shared by a handful of historically black colleges and universities, has grown into one of the largest and most celebrated events in NCAA. It's regarded as HBCU's March Madness. Each year, the CIAA tournament draws nearly 100,000 fans from across the country, welcoming student athletes, alumni, families, celebrities, and community leaders for a week-long celebration of competition, culture, and connection. The tournament generates more than $300 million in economic impact annually and has awarded millions of dollars in scholarships and has helped shape generations of leaders on and off the court. I will say this about the CIAA tournament. I went a few years back when it was in Baltimore. Let me say, I definitely enjoyed my time in Baltimore when I went that week. Like, I had a blast, to say the least. I highly encourage anybody that hasn't gone to the CIAA tournament since they've been in Baltimore to absolutely go. I think it's a great event. The city cares about basketball. The games was packed. It was phenomenal to watch. And I mean, not just like the semifinals and the finals. I'm talking about from the first round on. Like, you had fan bases there at the game enjoying it. I highly recommend going to that with regards to that. What's up, Lennon? How you doing, man? This one broke my heart. For those who've never been to Dame's Chicken and Waffles, I mean, it started out in Durham. They had one in Greensboro. They decided they shut down on Monday, and it was due to declining sales, man. And I think it's just tough nowadays for black businesses to thrive in this environment currently. But they still have the Durham restaurant, which is phenomenal. So if you're ever in the Durham area, even if to go see that school down the road play a game, go to Dame's Chicken and Waffles. You won't regret it. I'm going to talk about basketball after the break, and we're about to take this first break. So when we come back, we'll start with MEAC basketball and the rise of Morgan State. So we'll be right back after this first break.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Lab. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Lab, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
To these colleges, and we have to fund our kids in these colleges, and we have to make sure our kids have seats in these colleges.
Now, what about HBCUs? You mentioned
absolutely. You got to fund them all, and you got to make sure they're properly funded. You know, the real reason why I went after Comcast and Charter, it didn't have anything to do with my cable networks. It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs. and Comcast did not accept it. And that would have made a lot of money for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. And when they didn't do that, that's when I came off the bench and said, okay, I'm going to light you up like a Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. Okay. That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which I don't own. I just knew.
Why didn't you buy it?
I just knew. I just knew that these black.
I like that talk.
All right. I knew that these black colleges were going to benefit, and these black kids were going to get the education that they deserved and not have to pay.
Here's a shot. To right. It could be. Right field. Grand slam. What a shot. That's how you get hot, young fella.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
Compress the analytic data with the hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they want a lot, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, and I have Brandon King with me. What's going on, sir?
How's it going, good sir?
Doing all right. We were just talking about your illustrious schedule that you have. You got all these, you adding all these HBCUs to the pot. You know what I'm saying? You got a pretty strong schedule up in these streets, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's actually good to see, and it's been a long time coming. I think that, and you kind of alluded to it in your previous points, when you're not playing in a historically black conference and you're playing those HWCs, is important. Sorry, that you get when you do schedule those HBCUs. It's ones that because there's already going to be that additional interest in them anyway, just because you're stepping outside of your conference, but you're also getting back to your roots, if that makes any sense. But then with when you schedule those and you put the Jackson States and the FAMUs, those rivalries, it adds a little something extra to it. So I think it's great. It's already, I think, created an even more anticipation or a buzz heading into 2026. So I'm excited now. Hopefully, if people just, to at least for the home game, just show up for those, that would be great. I
mean, I think they're gonna show up to these more likely than when you guys play like Eastern Illinois or something like that. Like I think they're gonna show up these. I think they're gonna show up these. Like I don't think Gardner Webb is like the same draw as Morgan State. Morgan State's draw might be on that level. Speaking of Morgan State, they and I got a video that I'm going to show you guys in a few, but they kind of they done did their thing, man. They beat Howard and Norfolk back to back. 1-point games. Morgan men's basketball, man, they on the rise. And I want to remind everybody, for all you top 5 guys and gals, A&T is 4-1 against the MEAC, including beating Morgan State and Maryland Eastern Shore. I just want to bring that out there for the atmosphere, for you guys to be aware. So when you guys be thinking about your top 5s, you need to think about us, okay? You know what I'm saying? CAA A&T needs love too, okay? Y'all need to think about us when y'all start talking about your top 5s. Let's consider it just a tad. But all jokes aside, Morgan State's doing their thing right now, and I know my buddy Malcolm Banks is not thrilled with the success that they're having, because as a Morgan State grad, he's not the biggest fan of the coach. But they're winning games, man, and it's very surprising, to say the least. I don't know what your thoughts are with regards to that.
Well, I mean, man, yeah, you put together wins against Howard and Norfolk, who've been kind of the cream of the crop of the MEAC for the past few years, and obviously, Morgan they've they've had the challenges over recent years. I'll just say it like that. So, I mean, anytime you can pick up wins over the perceived or the top league conference, I can't talk right now. Top teams in your league, it could be a sign that maybe, much to the chagrin of your friend there, that maybe the program might be starting to trend in the right direction.
Well, currently, Morgan State are third in the MEAC at 4-2. Now there are some games that have to be made up. That has to be played. There's been a few games that were canceled due to the winter storms, Snowmageddon. But right now, Morgan State sits at 4-2. Maryland Eastern Shore is still undefeated at 4-0. The school down the road is 3-1. South Carolina State is 3-2 as well. So Norfolk State's 3-3. Howard's 2-3. So when you look at the standings right now, it's gonna be fascinating, especially with Maryland Eastern Shore remaining at the top. But they got some games to play. They're a little bit behind, so they got some games to play.
They do.
But it's kind of fascinating.
I think when MEAC basketball media day and all the pundits got to talking, I'm pretty sure most of them did not have the conference, even though we still got a lot of basketball left to be played. Saw it playing out like this. If they had Maryland Eastern Shore sitting atop the MEAC on their bingo card.
A lot of them, they picked Norfolk, if I recall correctly, and even Coach Robert Jones was surprised. Like, he didn't think they deserved to be picked to win the MEAC. He knows better than anybody else. And right now, we're seeing it right now. They're 3-3 in conference. Somebody asked the question: will Alabama and A&M and A&T stays on Tennessee State schedule? A&T is scheduled to play them again and play them in Greensboro in 2028. And so I don't know if there's going to be another contract in place with Alabama and A&M after they do their home and home series. But if I was a betting person, I think there will be.
They would be wise to continue.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for so many reasons. They'd be barring something catastrophic. I can't see why that wouldn't continue.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not putting this comment up because I try not to get into politics, but they're not y'all. There ain't no talks of y'all go join the MEAC. I'm assuming.
Not that I have.
No, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, my thing, I would just think the travel, because if you're just now getting your financial house in order, having to potentially travel from Nashville to Dover, Delaware, not even necessarily for a football game, but if you're talking about some of the other non-revenue generating sports, that's what's going to eat you alive. So I would think just from that standpoint, it doesn't make sense right now.
I mean, you could be Rutgers and have a $78 million deficit.
We could. Look, we wasn't too far.
Oh my God.
I mean, but we don't. We may not have some of the resources that Rutgers has, but I'll say shout out to President Tucker and what he was really able to get done to already kind of get the proverbial financial house back on firm footing, and it didn't take a long time. I mean, we're not talking about 3, 4, 5 years. He got in there and got his hands in there, as I say, got his hands dirty and make some things happen. And now from a financial standpoint, the outlook's a lot brighter. So hats off to President Tucker for that.
Yeah, man, I think it's amazing what he's been doing. Now he's got to keep that momentum going, and I'm pretty sure he will. And I think the way that you guys are scheduling now is a great first step too into it, because you want to have some alumni engagement, and I think this will pick that up a little bit. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to go.
Oh yeah, people talking about it already. I heard people was already talking about trying to get down to Tallahassee and get to Nashville for some of the out of towners for some of these games already.
Yeah, that's great. That's freaking awesome, man. So y'all are going to Bragg first?
Yes.
That's smart. That's smart. That's smart.
Yes.
They're not gonna be ready. I don't think they ain't gonna be ready for y'all. They ain't gonna be ready yet.
And the thing, but honestly, if I still lived at home or if I was home during that weekend, because Albany is only like an hour and a half from Tallahassee, I would ride down. And I hadn't totally eliminated that because I that's actually one of the things on my HBCU bucket list. And you would think living as close as we did, or as close as we are, I would have went to a game at some point. But
I haven't been to FAMU's campus yet either, man. I'm overdue for a
I've been
trip.
to the campus a couple times, but I've never.
I was hoping my
went to-
daughter would be interested in going to schools in Florida and give me an excuse to get down there. But I did not get that luxury. She kind of eliminated a lot of states in the South, unfortunately. So she out here having me going to New York and Mass and Vermont, had me going to all these freaking states up north, but couldn't get her down to Florida. Yeah, couldn't get me down there in Florida. Luckily, we were going down there in the winter, so she saw what the cold looks like, so she kind of opted out of a lot of those options. I went to Vermont in like February.
Oh my gosh!
It was cold, bro. It was cold. It was
my
cold.
Gosh, I can only you're right in the teeth of winter.
Oh, look, man, it's a habit. Hey, look, man. I'm just saying to give Tennessee State an opportunity to win, they need to catch y'all early. They got to catch y'all early in this whole process. I believe Quinn Gray is a phenomenal hire for you guys. But, you know, they might not be ready by then, man. You got to catch them. You got to catch them early. Just like right now, this is the time to schedule A&T. You better catch us early. Because this whole situation that's going on, it ain't going to be this bad for too long. Not with the guy that we got in there right now.
Well, we did, and we barely beat y'all then.
Look, man. But we were both a mess. We should have beat y'all, man. I'm so furious about that. I'm still mad about what happened that joint, man. We had so many opportunities.
I'm in truck watching. I'm like, oh man, I don't know if we gonna woo. Cause you like saying, and I know we've talked about it, but really it was 3 plays really decided that game.
Mm-hmm.
Because outside of those 3 explosive plays, we couldn't.
That and the wild thing is that was the theme. That was the theme of the season for us all year. That was the theme. There'll be 2 or 3 plays that we would give up, and then if we don't give up those 2 or 3 big plays, we're good for 2 or 3 untimely turnovers that will swing it. South Carolina State was a prime example of that. And we were dominating the HBCU national champions, bro. We were dominating them, and then we had 2 or 3 plays that boop, changed everything.
Yep,
changed everything. And that was it. So we're almost there, but you know, and then the wheels just fell off at the end. You know. All right, I want to go to break, but before we go to break, I want to run this video for y'all. We'll probably have a discussion point. We'll get into the independent basketball teams, but I wanted to run this video for y'all so y'all can hear it. So let's do it. Give me 1 second to get it going.
How about those Aggies? North Carolina A&T men's basketball picked up its first 2 conference wins en route to earning my CAA Team of the Week. On Thursday, A&T trailed 53-40 at halftime after Hofstra made 10 threes on 58% shooting in the opening 20 minutes. However, the Aggies defense locked in coming out of the break, holding the Pride to just 24% from the field and helping them cut into the deficit. After NC A&T regained its first lead in over 30 minutes, both teams exchanged buckets with time winding down. Tied at 78, Trent Middleton Jr. sank the go-ahead free throw with 4 seconds left to secure the program's first CAA win. Then on Saturday, Towson came into Greensboro on a 4-game win streak, yet the Aggies were ready for the challenge. In a game with 11 ties and 6 lead changes, A&T netted 45 second-half points to pull away with the victory. North Carolina A&T's Lewis Walker was one of 5 players in double figures, leading the way by tying a career-best 33 points. versus Towson. The Winston-Salem native was also awarded CAA Rookie of the Week honors for the second time this season. A&T now enters a 3-game road swing starting off against Monmouth on Thursday. Tip-off between the Aggies and the Hawks will take place at 7 p.m. and will be available on FloCollege.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavil of Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Looking for the ultimate cultural experience of 2026? The Zora Outdoor Festival of the Arts is where you need to be. From January 30th to February 1st, Eatonville, Florida will come alive with incredible live performances. Immerse yourself in interactive art. Shop from over 80 vendors. Take a journey through history with a new virtual tour app. And enjoy family-friendly STEM activities. Plus, don't miss the unforgettable R&B tribute to the legends. This is more than a festival. It's a celebration of Eatonville's rich cultural heritage. Visit zorafestival.org for tickets.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T.
Compress the analytic data with your hip-hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
Welcome back to Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 774. This is the Indy Report, and I'm here with Brandon King. Look, man, my Aggies are balling right now, bro. They out here balling right now. Those two teams were second and fourth place respectively in the conference. And we pretty much they came down to Club Corbett and they got sent home with L's. So we out here doing what we need to do. And I was very critical of Coach Ross the previous week, and rightfully so, because he hadn't won a conference game up to that point. But he delivered. He delivered this weekend. Had the Townsend game early to make sure folks can get home in time. They moved the team up to noon that Saturday and took care of business and got those guys back to Townsend, Maryland with a fade. So I was very happy with the results that occurred over the weekend. Thursday was Greek night, so it was pretty crowded with regards to that game. But now I'm happy for the guys, man, because I think we're so close. We played a close one against UNCW in the opener on television, and now I think we're finally starting to hit their stride. And I said all season long, if they can figure out how to play together, they're going to be dangerous going into that tournament, man. So this was a good start. We'll see what they do this upcoming weekend with Monmouth and 3-game road skid they got coming up.
Yeah, they picked up a couple big time victories, man. If you're gonna get your first conference win, it doesn't hurt to get it against two of the teams in the top end of your league.
Absolutely. But y'all ain't
And
doing y'all out here balling too, man.
yeah, we're playing really well. Just came off another win against Lindenwood, so we're second in the conference right now, man. No, they've been playing really good basketball, and I tell you, they exceeded even my expectations. Um, I thought the Nolan Smith hire was a good hire, and he's really been able to get in there and already put his handprint on the program. When especially, and I've said it before, when they when they can get out, when they can create turnovers, and they can get out in transition, they're able to create a lot of easy baskets in the open court, and a lot of the runs that they've had, either to get back in games, to put games away, or build leads, happens because they're able to create turnovers. And then get into that game, and that's when they're at their best. They've got two of the top steals guys in the league. I think Nkrumah is leading the conference in steals, and he's ranked nationally. And let's say he's in the top five. The last time I looked, he's like fourth or fifth. And you've got two of the top five scorers in the league. Travis Harper's leading the OVC in scoring, averaging a little over 17, almost 18 a night. And you got Aaron coming in with right at 17. So, with those two guys, on any given night, they can go off, and Travis has been on a heater the past week. I think what was his shooting splits? He was connecting with over 50% of his threes. I mean, his shooting splits was crazy last week. And they've got a lot of guys who can do it. With all that being said, uh, Dante Harris won co-newcomer of the week. So, they've got a lot of guys, whether it be a Jalen Petrie or, Carlos Williams or Antoine Lord coming off. They've got a lot of guys that we've seen throughout the season that's been able to really be it scoring, rebounding, providing the ball club whatever they need. So, I mean, I'm optimistically cautious, but I think they have a legitimate shot at winning at least the regular season championship. And I think if you can get one of those top seeds and get that double bye, I mean, it makes all the difference in the world. You got to do a lot less work to get to the championship game. So things are looking good. We got a game tonight, actually. I think it's probably
So,
on now.
quick question. So, do the top two teams get a bye or just one?
I believe it's the top two because, yeah.
How many teams
Might
are there?
be.
Oh, we just lost them. Oh, Brandon. Okay. I think we lost Brandon. Hopefully he gets back here. He'll be back. All right, Brandon's gonna fix himself and he'll come back. I'm gonna pull up the CAA standings real fast. I can pull it up real quick. And we can navigate it for a bit while Brandon gets situated over there. He might have got a phone call or something. He's an important guy, so he might have gotten a phone call or something like that. So, all right. So here are the standings for the CAA. Right now, A&T sitting in next to last. For those who don't know, all 13 teams get into the tournament. So actually, y'all can't even see it. Let's add that to the stage. All 13 teams get into the tournament. You want to be in the top 4, I believe. They get a bye. I think the top 4 gets a bye, and the next 6 or 7 gets like a double bye or something like that. The goal is to not have to play in the playing game. Wait, 4, 8. There's 13 teams now. So I think I think only like 4 gets the double bye, I believe, or 3 gets the double bye, and I think only the other 8 they have to play each other. So it's going to be interesting to see if A&T can keep the momentum going. Hampton's sitting there in a good spot too. They 4-4. They're not that far away from being in the top 3, top 4. They're game out from being in the top 3. So it's going to be fascinating to see. And Hampton's got some pretty good talent. We for the HBCU Classic at the All-Star game is going to happen. A&T's playing Hampton. And if A&T keeps their momentum going, and you end up talking about phenomenal timing going into that game, so hopefully A&T can, because there's a lot of conference games left to play in this conference. So we got a lot of things we got to do, a lot of places, a lot of progress we got to hit. All right, I'll wait until I see Brandon before I bring it back up. Let's see here. So overall, I think we're in a good place, considering how we played. But Hampton's doing a pretty good job right now too, in conference. They played UNCW close. They got Drexel this weekend. They got to go to Philly for Drexel, and then they got Townsend as well for their 2 games for this weekend. A&T, they have Monmouth. I know Monmouth is the first game that they play, and they also have to go to Drexel. And then then the following week they gotta go to Charleston. So it's gonna be fascinating to see how that goes. But then they got Charleston, they got a home game at Campbell, and then they fly out to LA to play Hampton for that classic. I will be in the building for that. I'm looking forward to that game. And it's gonna be a late one for you guys because it'll be 8:00 on the West Coast when they play, so it'll be 11:00 for you guys. So you want to talk about a nighter. But it's going to be some pretty good basketball. I think it's not going to be like the first matchup. I think it's going to be a much closer game. But that game there, when we lost to the Hampton by over 20, I kind of woke them up a little bit, man. Kind of gave them a reality check. A lot of these games were pretty close. We played UNCW pretty tough. We should have won against Stony Brook. If I recall correctly, I think that was the game when Coach Ross got reprimanded, if I remember correctly. Should have been Elon. So we've already played some tough teams in the conference, but to get that win against Hofstra and Townsend was big. We got an opportunity to keep that momentum going with Monmouth and Drexel on the road. So I'm fascinated to see how that goes. We're gonna take our last break, and when we come back, I think so too, Aggie 76. But I think because now that we have 13 teams, I think that might change a bit. It might only be the top 3 teams, but I have to double check. It might still be the top 4. I got to go back and do the math. Welcome back, man.
There we go.
All right. I was gonna put you. I'm gonna go on break, and then we'll come back and we'll continue this discussion and talk about some other things. So we'll be right back after the break.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
It's the 37th Annual Zora Festival. It's in Edenville, Florida, Saturday, January 31st and February the 1st. On Saturday, the all-white party tribute to Frankie Beverly with bass guitarist Jubu. Bread, Sunset, and Taisha Williams. And on Sunday, the Line Dance Party Live with Jeter Jones, Mike Clark Jr., and Boss Lady Coco. Tickets available at zorafestival.org.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
Compress the analytic data with your hip hop. If you know them like I know them, they gon' tell you if your team, if they wanna lose, and who the ball. So listen to Professor, yes sir, and pay attention, cause he gon' teach a lesson.
This is Dr. Cavil's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab, episode 774. This is the Indy Report, and I'm here with Brandon King and the Chillins.
Look, where I go, they go.
Oh, I understand. I can look. I've been there. My son's with his mama, and my daughter's is in hospital out here being on the lake show on Monday.
Look, I got 18 child-free minutes, so I can't. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good run for me.
I remember those days, my man. I remember those days.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I want to go to the ladies.
Go ahead.
I know both of our teams are struggling. Like we kind of gave Charleston some fits. We started the game, but they took a 10-0 lead and we couldn't get the ball past half court. And then we turned the game around. We ended up leading by 2 at the half. We had a pretty decent lead going into the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, it fell apart, and we ended the game on a 10-0 run. We ended up losing to Charleston. I think it ultimately boils down to the guard play. The guards are young. They turn the ball over a lot. That's been the theme. I still think if they can figure it out between now and the end of the season, we could be dangerous in the tournament because there's still some talent on that roster. But it's just we gotta clean up the turnovers.
Yeah,
gotta clean up the turnovers, man. And I feel like a broken record talking about it, and I think they're going to. And this could be a rebuild year for Coach Rob, and which is fine because we know he can coach. I'm not worried about that. So we'll see.
Especially when you get into not only those close games but tournament time, and you can't give teams extra possessions. It just they've got to get that cleaned up.
They didn't make a single 3-pointer that entire game against Charleston.
Yikes! Sorry.
Now, but I will commend them. I love the fact that they know they need to get to the paint. I mean, they fouled out their best player on Charleston's side. So like I think that's the way we probably need to play right now. If we don't have the shooters, we ain't got the shooters. Like don't be somebody that you're not. And I think that's what was killing them near the end of the game because they were willing to give those guys they were willing to give the ladies the shots. And they can't make those shots right now. I mean, it's just the reality of it. and I got clarity on the top four. So yeah, shout out to A&T Roy. Top four gets the double bye in the CAA tournament, and it's probably both for the men and the women. And only the 12 and 13 seeds play. The past would be 11 through 14 that would play. But because we're down to we went from 14 to 13 teams. It's just the 12 and 13 seeds that's got to play. So for the men and the women, the goal is not to be part of the bottom two, so they can avoid that game. Even though being the 11 seed means you would have to go up against the 5 seed, which won't be a fun proposition either.
Oh, man. Have your work cut out for you on that one.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. If I got that right, if my math serves me correctly. Yeah, they would go up the 11 seed. So how is your lady still struggling, man? I know the Lady Tigers have been going through it. Are you worried yet? Are you concerned yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I've said all season, I know they're a lot better than a 1-win team and all this type stuff, but I believe it was Bill Parcells that said at some point your record says who you are.
Yeah.
And they're 3-16 now. They're on a 3-game losing streak. And I mean, the past 2 games against SIUE and Lindenwood, man, they got the doors blown off of them. I mean, they lost by a combined 52 points, I believe, in those 2 games.
Oh no! Hold on.
And the thing about it, they have these stretches and where they just
they lost to Lindenwood by
33
points.
Yeah,
and they lost to SIUE by 22. Oh my goodness, man!
Yeah, and I mean the Southern Indiana game, they only lost by 5, but then when you look at some of their losses, I mean, a lot of them, I mean, they're not even close. I mean, they're getting work. And the thing about it, the Lindenwood game, I knew they was in trouble because the first quarter they started off outstanding. They shot 70% from the field in the first quarter and were still down by 6. Now, granted, when you commit 7 turnovers in the quarter, that does not help your cause.
Sure don't.
And because you would think you would at least have a cushion in the fact that you're still down. So when your shooting percentages inevitably come back to earth, you're in trouble. And it was the opposite. And as the game wore on, Lindenwood got better, offensively speaking, and we got worse. And really by halftime, it was a 20-point game. And as Marv Albert would say, the second half was protracted garbage time. And it was just bad. So yeah, they're really struggling right now.
Y'all play better at home though. I'm looking at the scores. Y'all tend to play better at home in your next 2 games at home. I'm trying to give you guys some hope, okay? Y'all got Little Rock and y'all got Tennessee Tech. Both of them are going to be at the Gentry Center. So,
I'm just hoping for a split at this point because I think, I don't think because the last Little Rock game they beat us by 38 points. 37 points. It was 76-39.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I was on the road. Y'all gonna be at home.
So maybe you get to sleep in your own bed, get to go to the calf. Look, hopefully you go to the sub, hopefully Burger King's not still running out of burgers since I was there. That was the thing.
That was the thing when you was at Tennessee State. They ran out of burgers, man.
I'm like, yo, you're Burger King. That's what you do. How do you run out of burgers? Like how does I like the first time it happened, like it was like my brain reset. I didn't know how to. It was like I just want a rodeo cheeseburger. That's all I want. We don't have no burgers. Oh, okay. Don't know what to tell you.
They obviously didn't rule that day. Okay.
Yeah.
They obviously did not rule that day. All right, man. I know I didn't talk too much about Hampton. Their women's basketball team struggling a little bit too. They're playing better, but they're not as, let me pull up the standings for that. I think they might have a better record than us though. So I'm out here talking about them. When the reality is that we ain't that much better right now. Let me check the standings. If I can pull the standings out. Yeah, we're tied at 2-5, man. We're tied at 2-5. I'll pull this up real fast. We're tied at 2-5 with Hampton and Northeastern.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's rough in these CAA streets right now. I can tell you that right now. Track season is gonna save us though. We got track going right now. We rocking the track right now. So it's gonna be interesting. Track and bowling, baby. Track and bowling. Track and bowling. Because the bowling is doing pretty well as well. Even though their tournament got canceled due to the storm. But track and bowling.
You gotta have something to hang your hat on.
Hey, look, man, Charleston's legit. Like, would not surprise me if they go undefeated in the conference this year. They're good. They're really good. Like their net ranking is in the top 100. All right, they're good. Like, I was happy for the ladies to play them as tough as they did. But we've given Charleston fits. But the problem is that we struggle with fast guards, and that's what they have. They have fast guards. They got the Barbeau twins, and they can ball, man. They can ball. I'll tell you. So yeah, they're good. Charleston 16-3 overall. Like, they out here beating folks out of conference. They're legit. They're really good. So shout out to them. They got a really good squad.
So look, when it comes to getting to the tournament, would you take Charleston or the field to win the CAA tournament?
Based on the history of the CAA tournament, I'm taking the field. The one seed's never won it. Not since we've been in the conference. Matter of fact, 7 or below is typically the way to go. On the women's side, 7 or below is the way to go. Shoot, even on the men's side, last year Delaware was like Delaware played the first round game and they went to the championship. Like, look, man, the CAA tournament is not for the weak. It's not. And the thing is, like, last year, A&T was the 1 seed because they won the regular season tournament. They won the regular season, and they got the double bye. They ran into William and Mary. William and Mary pulled the upset. Phenomenal game. And that ended up being the toughest game for William and Mary because they pretty much ran through the rest of the tournament and won the whole thing. I think they were like an 8 or a 9 seed. And they won their playing game. They won the first round game in the NCAA tournament too.
If y'all are if the men's and the women's finish 7 or below, you should get that put on a shirt. 7 or below is the way to go.
Especially if one of them pulls it out and wins it. Like, at least on the men's side, the order was restored. The top seed won. Like, the top seed won it on the men's side. I can't remember if it was UNCW or Charleston, but the top seed won. But on the women's side, man, being the top seed is like a curse. And the thing is, William and Mary took down 1, 2, and 3 to win the thing. They took down the top 3 seeds to win the tournament.
You can't say they didn't earn it.
Oh, my goodness gracious. They went to work. So props to them that year.
Get off.
We are dependent on 2 women. If they don't show up early, it's a wrap for the Lady Pirates. Look, man, Adam, I will say this, man. Our dilemma is that our forward is the best ball handler on our team. So the forward has to bring the ball down. Because the guards try to bring the ball down, a lot of times they're gonna turn it over. And the forward Paris Locke gotta bring the ball down. She's the best ball handler on the team. So she brings the ball down. I'm gonna start calling her point forward Paris Locke.
Sounds like that's the position she's playing.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chuck Hunt for letting us for this. Yeah, rest in power to Coach Lee Fobbs. I know, he's a Grambling legend. And his son His son won a black college national championship at Grambling as well. So shout out, won the first Celebration Bowl for the SWAC. So condolences to his family with regards to that. And I know, like when he was at A&T, it was rough, but he was always a class act with regards to that. He was always professional when it comes to it, and he didn't exactly have the best case scenario when he was there. I know people talk about what was going on there during that period of time, but the reality is that he had an uphill battle. But so rest in peace to him and condolences to his family.
Absolutely.
But let me see. How's the weather down there, man?
It's cold. So we got, I don't know exactly how much snow we got, but I haven't been to work since Saturday.
Hey man, aren't you don't you work for the post office?
Yeah.
You telling me they ain't nobody got no mail in your area since Saturday?
Well, technically Friday, because we couldn't run on Saturday. So here's a little bit of inside now. If the truck don't run that brings it in, no one gets their mail. So, because first of all, I live 20 minutes away from my job. It took me an hour to get there.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So, I mean, we couldn't, no trucks. We couldn't do anything. So, and the roads here have been bad. I left the house for the first time yesterday, going to Walmart, and I mean it's the problem was the snow was powdery, and then on top of that, it got packed down, so it's all ice. It looks like snow, but it's just sheets of ice. So you can't do anything, and it may be a little different for the city carriers because some of those roads will be addressed
But not
as much as
rural.
you can in the South. But yeah, I'm rural, so there's places that look, it's treacherous enough when it rains or on a sunny day. So if there's any type of snow, and so I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
All right. I gotta close out because the ONG strike zone's not. I don't want the ONG strike zone laying at me because I already have one FAMU person yelling at me in the chat earlier today. So I gotta make sure I let ONG strike zone do their thing. And shout out to Brian and the crew. So thank you for listening for Inside HBCU Sports Lab. Make sure you share our podcast with your friends and colleagues. Make sure you follow. Check out sneakershoptalk.com for Brandon King. Follow me on Twitter at champd1012. Follow Dr. Kenyatta Cavil at Dr. Kenyatta Cavil on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow Inside the HBCU Sports Lab 1 on Facebook and Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on YouTube. Dream big and continue to move forward. We'll talk to you soon. Brandon.
Of course.
Lecture. Dismissed.
Yes.
Have a good one, guys. See you next week.